As we mentioned in video 1.1, this course will be based in Canvas, which is Mizzou's new and probably future course management system. So what we want to do in this video right now is orient you to Canvas and let you know how we're going to be using it in this course. So first of all, getting into Canvas, the easiest way to log in is to go to courses.missouri.edu, or you can bookmark the login page for Canvas. The login credentials are your Mizzou paw print, the same ID you use for your Mizzou email. Because everything is going to be based out of Canvas for the class, you will be expected to log into Canvas at least every other day during the week, and then probably once on the weekend, unless you are sure to get everything finished up on Friday. If you are a Friday champion, then you can have the weekend off and check back in on Monday. But just on Friday, be sure you have everything all set. Once you log in, you should see your Canvas dashboard, where you'll have some personal reminders off to the right, and then you should see LTC 8866 as one of your courses in the middle. So let's go inside LTC 8866 now. So this is the main Canvas page for the course. As you can see, there's a typical sort of navigation column on the left side. That's going to be very handy. We're on the home page right now, which will have announcements and reminders and stuff that come up. Below the home, you can see the syllabus, and the syllabus is there right now if you want to actually go to Canvas and check it out. Below that, there's the modules, and the modules are going to be the main organization for the course, so that's going to be your main thing that you're going to use. You can basically access everything you need through the modules, and we'll see that later in just a second. There is the discussion tab, and there you can find the discussion forums, but the discussion forums will also be linked in the modules themselves. And then you can track your grades here and other things that we'll show you in a second. Also notice on the far left you have a calendar tool, which is very handy because it displays all the upcoming due dates on the tasks and the assignments and stuff that are coming up for the course. But anyway, let's go into the modules because that's where most of the action is going to take place. So this is what it looks like in the modules. And as you can see, the modules are organized by our 4 units, which will correspond to the 4 weeks of the course. And this is basically everything you're going to need. We're going to be basically progressing from the top to the bottom through these modules, and you can see the dates indicated in the module titles so you can follow right where we are in the course. And you'll see here there will be links to the videos that you should watch, links to the discussions that you need to take part of, and links to the assignments, links to the readings. Basically everything is collected for you right there in the module. So this is your main page that you can kind of feel secure and know what's going on in the course. You can expand and collapse the modules as you want, so as we progress through you can collapse them and focus on whatever the current module is if you want. The readings will be there. They actually are already there if you do need to read ahead. Let's go into some of the discussions next, because one of the things that you will be doing throughout the week is participating in the discussions. So let's take a look at some of the discussion features. So now we are inside a discussion forum. You'll see at the top there will be the main prompt for the forum, and that's meant to get the conversation started. That's your main thing to kind of roll around in your head, and that's what you'll be responding to and discussing. The prompt is not meant to be totally rigid, so if you have a thought that maybe is a little bit askew or a little bit of a tangent, that's fine. Still go ahead and include it. And if somebody else posts something that makes you think of another thing and it's maybe a few steps removed from the original prompt, that's okay. The discussion's going to kind of evolve and go on through the week. We want to keep it somewhat connected, at least indirectly, to the prompt, but don't let the prompt restrict you. Just use it as kind of inspiration to get started and to spur on the conversation initially. You will be participating throughout the week, coming in at the beginning of the week, making some posts, looking at what other people have, then coming in again in the middle of the week, making some additional posts. We want to see people coming in multiple times. And you will be able to, and actually we're expecting you to post some, at least one original contribution, which would be by hitting the reply to the main thread. We also are expecting to see you interacting with someone else's idea, so replying to their post and kind of building an interaction that way. So let's look at what it looks like when you do actually go to make a post. So here you are making a post, and notice that you can attach files, you can add links, photos, you can actually even do equations and media and stuff in your post. So it's usually going to be text, but you can bring in other multimedia and integrate it into your post. A couple final points about discussions. You can navigate to the discussions by using that left navigation column where there will be the main discussion button and it'll show all the discussions. but we're expecting most people to just link to the discussions right from the module, because the module will always have links to the discussions for that module. The other point is we wanted to just remind you that we're looking for substance and content in the posts. So when we're looking for people to kind of meet their minimum thresholds for discussion participation, we mean actually making a post that has some idea or has a connection or has some thought put into it. You're free to say small things like I agree or nice point. Those are fine to have, but don't expect those to count toward your sort of minimums. And again, the minimums are that you should come into the discussions at multiple times during the week, and that you should have at least one original post, at least one reply in each of the discussion forums. All right, now we are looking at an assignment in Canvas. So there's going to be at least one assignment and usually 2 assignments per unit. And almost all of those assignments are going to be an assignment page like this. So it'll have the description and the details of what you're supposed to do in the assignment, and it'll have links to any required files for the assignment. So here you can see, for instance, there are some PDFs that you have to look at for the assignment. So the details will be there. If you ever have any questions about the assignment, you can feel free to email us, but we're going to try to give good details where you can see, and hopefully it's clear what you kind of need to do and turn in for the assignment. You'll also see the due date. You can see the points possible if you're trying to track what's going on and how much it's going to be worth. Then when you're ready to upload your assignment, most of the assignments are going to be just document files that you're going to upload. And so you'd hit this the submit button, and then that pulls up this new kind of option tool at the bottom of the page. And this is where, as you can tell, you would just browse and upload your file, and then make sure that you do hit submit so that it actually sends it through the Canvas system so that we can get it and grade it. Also, we ask you to please put your name in the file name, but also put your name inside the document itself. That just helps us keep things straight when we're grading. And there's going to be a due date so that you can see on the calendar and see when things are expected. Most of the assignments are going to be due Sunday night at the end of the module week. But we will still accept assignments after the due date. So still go ahead and send it to us even if you're a little bit late, but we just reserve the right to have a grade reduction if something is late. And while we're here talking about assignments, we did want to give a rough overview of what we're going to be looking for in terms of like a qualitative rubric. So top quality assignments, those would be ones that show thoughtful insight, full effort is clear, and we are looking for connections between ideas. So maybe bringing in a reading or bringing in something from a discussion and incorporating that into the assignment or your reflection in the assignment. It's also very likely that you would have some connections to specific classroom experiences. So it's just showing that you've kind of fully thought through the assignment and you're connecting it to other things and you're really thinking about it in a kind of synthesis way. Medium quality assignments would maybe do a little bit of that, but not really a full type of range of those things. Medium quality would be kind of like, you did the assignment, you met the bare minimums, it's all there, but it just doesn't show the insight or the connections, or it doesn't seem like there was a lot of effort to think about it deeply. And then low quality would be something below the minimums, like some parts of it are missing, it's really quickly and roughly done, something like that. We're hoping to have none of the low quality type stuff. All right, we're almost through everything. The last thing we just wanted to show quickly was the grades. So on the course navigation on the left, you can click on the grades link, and there you will see your grades as they're posted. And then when you actually have something there, you'll also be able to see the comments, the feedback from Wenmin and myself that will give feedback on the assignments as we grade them. You'll also be able to track your participation scores out of each module so that you can see if your participation is up to what we're expecting or not. If there's any kind of problem with the participation, you'll see it in the gradebook, but also we will send you an email saying like, hey, this is what you could do a little bit better, or hey, you're missing this part of what we're expecting out of the participation, so we'll give you that feedback so that none of the grades are a surprise. That's our goal. So that's the gradebook, and then just a few final thoughts here. There is a Canvas app, and the Canvas app works on most mobile devices, but it's not always perfect, so the safest thing, especially when you're submitting assignments, is to log into Canvas via a regular computer browser. So that's it for now. The main thing is to get in there and be active on Canvas and just get used to being in there, logging in regularly. If you have questions about how our course specifically is going to use Canvas, send me an email at ottensa@missouri.edu. And if you have questions about Canvas itself and the functionalities of it, There's also a help catalog that you can access down in the lower left-hand side.